Hi.
We thought we would take you through where all this began and get you right up to date with where we are, and then hopefully catch up with any bits we missed out on the way. So we're going to show you a few locations where stuff happened and what happened, and hopefully where we're going from here on in. This is Abridged Brewery in Knoxville. It's a nice little brewery. They brew their own beer here. Almost a year ago we sat at this table very downhearted that this country
Thank you.
couldn't find out how to elect a female president, or didn't want a female president, or for whatever reason. And we sat and discussed
the future basically and what we wanted from that future. Several options came up in the discussion, one of which was moving back to England, but we couldn't see how we could do that because I was still under 60, Chris had only just turned 61 or 2, and pensions haven't kicked in. Could we afford to quit work already? And that's when Chris came up with the question, how do you feel about living on a narrowboat?
Yeah, and although we were making reasonable wage
money,
here,
yeah.
my work as a general contractor handyman was starting to hurt, and I wasn't going to be able to do it much longer. So the thought of retiring early and trying to come up, it's been something I'd been thinking about for a while. I think we both had, to be honest. But yeah, and the narrowboat thing had been knocked about, but not seriously.
Well, we had started watching things like Narrow Escapes on the TV, and there's another one with Prunella Scales and her husband Timothy West and their narrowboat adventures, and we got into watching narrowboat adventures. So I think the idea started looming a few months ago, really.
Yeah.
Even though we hadn't actually talked about it or discussed it with one another. And then Chris turned around and just said, how do you feel about living on a narrowboat? And I probably thought for all of about 2 seconds and said, yep, I can do that.
Yeah. So then over a couple of beers, we sat and
concocted the plan.
And got a rough plan. We still were really unsure.
No.
Really.
It was just this random idea.
It really was. And the actual, could we afford it? Would it work? How do we go about doing it? Because our lives are here now. We were here.
Yeah, and we both were employed full time, and we had, our house we lived in and 2 rentals, and we were quite firmly established here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Friends here.
Yeah.
Everything to actually think about
chucking it all in and leaving was quite daunting.
And some of you may know, but most of you probably won't, is that back in 2017, was it? Mm-hmm. Before I came over here permanently, we bought an RV and we toured every state in America, or the lower states.
The 48 lower states, yeah.
We toured those over a 6-month period and visited almost every national park, not quite everyone, but almost. And we had a great time doing that.
We absolutely loved it. When the 6 months was up, I don't think either of us was ready to stop.
No.
But we had to. Chris was on an extended visa for the trip and we had to go back to England.
Anyway, some food's arrived.
So good food here.
Cheers.
So,
for these loaded nachos.
We'll talk to you in a bit.
Okay, so we made very quick work of that.
They were good.
Very good. The food here is very good, and the beer here is not bad. So, as we were saying about Thanksgiving last year, which is somewhere towards the end of November, you know what Thanksgiving is. Is it celebrate freedom of American people or something? Is that what it does? I don't know.
No, it's when they landed here, wasn't it?
Okay, so when the immigrants arrived, because that's what it's supposed to be signifying.
Yeah.
Immigrants taking over the country.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, whatever it signifies, that's about when it was. And we're just at the end of September now. Anyway, back to the narrowboat buying thing. Did we talk about anything else that we could do instead?
No, I don't think
Work
so.
until we drop.
Well, yeah.
was an option.
Yeah, no, that wasn't really an option.
And then
No.
initially we planned to not. I mean, once we spent some time thinking about, is this a good idea? Is it financially viable? And we sat down and we did all the pros and cons, and we were fully expecting it to come out. There's no chance. You just cannot retire at 62 and 59 or 60 or whatever it was. 60. You just can't do it. You plan to retire at 67 or whatever it was. So 5 years early, is not a thing. But when we actually sat down and worked it out on paper, it was actually we can do this and we can do it relatively comfortably.
Yeah.
It was not really.
And we spoke to our financial advisor too, and went through the numbers with him, and he said, yeah, there's no reason why you can't do this. Here we are, retired.
Our plan is
Yeah.
to live
Very simple off-grid life.
We're going to be the gypsies of the waterways, I think. Is that PC to say that? What can I say?
Probably not.
Here, PC's gone out the window, so I can say what I want. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get your notifications.
Yeah.
And then you'll never miss an episode of this, whatever it is that we're producing here. It's quite fun now. I mean, now we're not working. Now I'm not working.
Yeah,
so it fills my time.
It does fill your time.
I may well get fed up with it. But at the moment, I'm learning.
Yeah.
Not very fast, I'm afraid. I apologise. I'm doing my best. So Sam has just been out to put the bins out, and she's walked back across the yard and fallen in a hole and twisted her ankle. She says she's going to pass out. She said there was a loud crack. It could be bad. She's not looking very happy. Don't know. Amateur doctors out there, let us know. Great travelling back to England on the QE2 and living on a narrowboat with a broken leg. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, fancy having a fucking hole in the lawn.
You've let me down. Most of all, you've let yourself down.
It hurts. Go away.
Okay, so it's the next day and we're back in another bar.
Oops.
Oops, that's retirement for you. Cheers. We'll start off with that. Okay, so this time we're in a bar called
Union Place.
Union Place.
One of my favourites because it actually has quite a nice outdoor area, a sort of a patio area. It's not a pub garden by any means of the stretch of the imagination.
Waiting for our friend Amy to join us.
And Bex, my daughter's
and
coming.
Bex.
Hey, come and sit down.
Here
Sorry,
she
Amy.
is.
Amy's just turned up.
Amy.
Everybody.
Hello.
This is my friend Amy. We've been best buds for, gosh, about 15 years now.
Yeah. And I'm going to miss them terribly.
Bex has joined us now, Sam's daughter, and we can have a quick talk about, seeing as she's here now, about how you felt when you were trying to make the decision about telling your kids that we thought about leaving the country and moving on to America, and how they feel. And you were really worried about it, but now you can get the other side of it as to how Rebecca maybe felt. Obviously you can't get Stevens.
I didn't know you were so worried about telling us. I had no idea.
Of course I was. Yeah, I'm moving to another country and leaving you. I was really anxious about telling you guys.
Well, really what you did was you brought us to a new country and you dumped us and you're leaving us behind and you're going back.
Thanks. That really makes me feel so much better. Thank you so much.
Okay, so in all honesty, my first initial thought was that you get to go home and take care of your mother now. You know, you left your mother and brought us here, and we've had this amazing life, and you know, you stuck around for us and you've supported us in ways I don't even want to begin to go over. But now it's your turn to go and spend time with your mother and your family.
Oh my gosh.
It's your chance to go and do that.
Thank you. Because
Well,
that's
you're
going to
gonna
make
make
me
her cry
cry now.
Well, I didn't want to do that.
Oh look, you've ruined it.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We are house sitting this weekend.
For some friends who have a beautiful house with a beautiful view of the Smokies, which we will show you later.
and we're just currently driving his Rivian electric truck, which I have to say is very nice to drive. Anyway, as some of you know, we had 2 dogs. So, and I'm sure there's been questions, you know, when we first started this journey, what about the dogs? Well, unfortunately, we lost both of them quite close together. First was Daisy.
Yeah, sad to see Daisy go.
It turned out she had cancer. She had a cancer growth that was just slowly getting bigger. And because of her age, etc., well, the vet, you know, said she probably wouldn't survive an operation to remove the tumour.
For such an active dog, it wasn't fair to.
It wasn't fair
keep.
on her to keep her going because she really slowed down and couldn't do much towards the end. So we had to take the difficult decision of putting her to sleep, which was at the end of December, which was really sad because she'd come over from England with Chris when he moved over.
Yeah.
And then we also had Cole, who was my dog, and he was getting old and he was slowing down a lot.
They were both 13, 14.
They were both
weren't
14, yeah, they were both pretty old. And he started, after Daisy went, he went downhill quite quickly actually, which was really surprising. I didn't expect that at all. And he was in pain too. His joints, his arthritis was flaring up and getting bad in his back legs. Till one night I literally had to lay on the floor with him all night because he was in pain, and no matter how much medication I gave him, it wasn't making any difference. So when that morning came along, we had to make another decision, and that was within 10 weeks of losing Daisy too. So it was really a tough couple of months. It was horrible.
It was tough.
But having said that, their timing couldn't have been better, bless their hearts.
Yeah.
So, you know, we miss them desperately.
Yeah, we do. And we talk about, you know, will we get a dog on the boat? And we get asked a lot, will we have a dog on the boat?
And we may do. We're going to give it a go. We'll give it 6 months and see how we go. Because the problem is with the dog on the boat is when we want to come back here. When we want to come back here, who looks after it? Because if we're on a boat up in the north, in the Midlands and places, we don't have family up there to pop up and look after them. So that's a decision we will take when we're there and on the boat and we're settled down and we're actually cruising, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, yes, we'd love to have a dog, but is it going to be practical? That's a decision we'll have to make closer to the time.
Yeah. So on that sad note, we're going to leave it there for this week, or for this episode. I was hoping to get everything in one video, but it's just turning out to be too long. So next week we'll pick up with the house sitting and a few more of the things that we've done this year. So we'll catch up then. And don't forget to like, subscribe and click the bell icon to get your notifications so you don't miss any episodes. It's completely free. You're not losing anything, and it really does encourage us to continue